Netflix Dark, Season 3, Episode 5. Yeah, Episode 5. Let me try which one card so you can see me a little better. Let me see. I like what's on. Let me just move real quick so you can see me a little bit better. Alright. So let me see some. If I turn this off, it's slightly much more. So I think it's probably this live stream and then maybe one more. Maybe just one more. Okay, yeah, I just gotta face this way some. Alright. Let me get everything going. And then we'll get into the episode. Okay, let's put that there. And what else? Okay. We're switching up the original card because I want to see if this is the actual thing. Because last time, answer choices, I was like, what? Okay. We got it. And let's tag some merch. This one. This one. Okay. Alright. So we got that. We got that. Alright. Are we done? Alright. Let's do this. So let me just do the intro. Let's do this the right way. Alright. Welcome to the graffiti jungle. Paolo Pulingue. Benvenuti nella giungla del graffiti. Questo è Impostore Rockstar. Questo è Pensieri Tangenziali e Podcast sui Sigari. Sono tuo capo. Io sono Chief Gihareh Julius Caesar K. Round. Alright, let's do this. So, is it this one? Yeah. Netflix Dark Season 3 Episode 5. Right? Episodio 5. Bro. This was a good episode. This was a good episode. This was a good episode. You know, some episodes you're like, okay. This was a good episode. So, now mind you, they also, again, you got to keep track of timelines. Well, you got to keep track of what world are you in and what year. Now, fortunately, in the other Martha's world, we only have to focus on 2019. It's a day before the apocalypse. Now, in Jonas's world, we got to focus on a whole bunch of different years. A whole bunch of different years. Also, I do want to give them credit. I think the room, so the old Jonas, fuck off my page, bitch. Fuck you want to talk to me for? So the old Jonas, his name is Adam. And he has his room and he got like the art on the wall and shit. Now the art that's on his wall is a little more abstract. And but I kind of want to go back because like to look at the way his room is set up because like they kept like showing you his room a little bit in that room, boom, but then like to actually get like a glimpse of like I want to actually see these rooms, bro. Like the room setup is dope. Like Adams, and they got different feels, but you know exactly where you're at. So, and now, and the reason I mention that is because I just want to make sure I give a shout out to like those rooms, like the old Jonas who becomes Adam. I fuck with that shit. His room, and like the old Martha, she she becomes Eva. So Adam, Eva, right? Now her room is clean. Her room dope too. It's a similar setup, but has a different vibe to it. It's like the fact the room, the vibe the rooms give, whatever. I just want to give a shout out to that little shit, right? But you see more of Martha's shit. So how does this episode start? So this episode. This was like, yeah, I'm not gonna say it was like deep. Pause on how, but it was intense. It was an intense episode. So this is how this episode starts. Now, mind you, somebody just came through, and I just feel like this was unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? She already had cancer. You just let her. She was already on a. She couldn't even defend herself or nothing. She already boom, right? So now this episode does it gives you more backdrop to like shit that's gonna happen or like that has happened you just didn't know. So scene starts off with you can't even see her in this, but that's Regina. And so Claudia is burying Regina. I just think that shit was fucked up. All right, Claudia is burying Regina. What's the next thing I actually like? What you call it? Did bro? This was like an intense scene, bro. This was an intense scene, bro. I'm not even sure if I'm ready to get there yet. Hold up. Oh, I'm trying. Let me talk about the sub shit. Let me talk about the other stuff that was going on. Cause bro, once like let me see. Is that bro? Those were like that was an intense scene, bro. So like, let me try to figure out the other shit that's going on. Okay, Jonas and Martha, right? And so Jonas is in the other Martha's world. And again, like I kind of talked about it in the last one, but it's this whole concept of like they're all like, and she even admits it. And it's like, was who actually admits? Oh no, the other Claudia admits it to the other Claudia, like that who like this control. They're in a race to control time, like who's controlling time and controlling these timelines and shit. So, daggone. Let me try. Oh, and so it's like at this point, Jonas and Claudia and the other Martha now, Jonas and the other Martha, you should kind of understand, right? Like, bro, like it doesn't like we're not changing anything. And so, mind you, they're the younger version of them. So it's like, not that they're gullible, but it's certain shit where so the reason they believe the older version of anybody is because the older version already done experienced certain things. So it's like, yeah, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen. And so that makes them believe the older person, right? So Jonas and Martha, Jonas and the other Martha, are going to the power plant. They think that their goal is to stop the apocalypse and the stuff from happening at the power plant or whatever. But mind you, in the other episode, like, well, just the previous episode, episode 4, Adam takes the other Martha and he shows her, like, yeah, the only reason, this is the origin, the only reason that here is to continue is they're basically sending them down the path to make sure the same shit happens. And so he was like, yeah, this is right here. Y'all gonna whatchamacallit, boom, and right here, right? So then, so what tips off Jonas, right? Jonas and the other Martha are about to go to the power plant, and one of the things is about the dark matter stuff or whatever. And such so the other Claudia, she kind of whatchamacallit, she kind of tells her like, yeah, because the boy be time traveling, there's always like this residue of the cesium or whatever that the dark matter stuff, the God part, what helps the whole thing, whatchamacallit, there's always like a residue of it. And so like it's this loop that's just gonna keep happening. It's just this infinite loop. So what ends up tipping Jonas off, Jonas and the other Martha are going through the gate at the power plant, and they're just like, you know what? Like, now they already done did the deed, right? They done did the deed. So they're going to the power plant, and the goal is to like take the truck or whatever. I think that's the goal, to take the truck or whatever. However, when they go through the gate, Martha ends up with a. She's like, oh, it's just a scratch. And he's looking at her and he's like, bro, the older you has that same mark. And he was like, oh, fuck. He's so, Jonas picks up on it. Because when they go to the gate, she gets a scratch on her face. And he was like, the older version of you has that same scratch on her face. He was like, Eve just sent on us, Eva, her name is Eva. She just sent us on this whole whatchamacallit to make us do the same thing that we're already going to do. We done did this before. And so he tells her that. So he was like, oh. So he understands, like, bro, they playing with us, bro. They sent us on this wild goose chase to make the same shit happen over and over again. So he was like, I just want the truth. So then they go back to talk to her, and it is so how season 2 ended? Phew. How season 2 ended. I need to go. I need to actually rewatch that too. So how season 2 ended. You know, Adam comes in to Jonah. I mean, to Adam unalives the other. He unalives Martha, and I'm like, you like, so. Now, mind you, he already told the other Jonas. He was like, yeah. Why? He's like, Jonas got the, now Jonas is in the other Martha's world. And he's like, why are you here? And he was like, basically, them doing the deed, that was why you're here. You're here for that. That was it, right? So he's like, we're going back to Eva to learn the truth, right? Bro, that's the end of it. Maybe I have that? That's here. I think which one? Oh, I think I got pictures because it was like this the whole family tree. I would have to like zoom into this. This is supposed to be like the whole family tree and like all the characters and how like shit happened. I gotta zoom in to like study this. But boom. Now mind you, the other Martha has that jacket. And you know, in the other world, so that's actually Jonas, right? That's the main character. And he usually wears this yellow jacket. But in this other world, you know, he done time travel and shit. He knows certain shit. So he has his black jacket. She wear the yellow jacket. But her future version of herself, and so you know how, well actually you don't know how, this guy. Every time you saw him, somebody was getting, so in this scene, it's like, so it's crazy because the way this shit happened, when the roles was reversed, the old version of him comes in and he like, I'll make this right. It's okay. Stay with me, right? So the other versions of her, all the older versions of her, mind you, there was like too many, and it like I didn't understand. Like, there's like, I'm not sure. There were like three versions of her plus Eva, which is like the old ass version of her. It was like the old ass version of her. There's like a not too far recent version of her, and there's an old version. Like, bro, it was a lot of versions of her in this fucking scene right here, right? But mind you, it's the one like, so because like I'm not gonna, I also give them credit, like, for the most part, if you have like a question or shit, they eventually like end up answering it. So like, I don't like, they kind of explained how she gets, well, you just in this episode you see how she gets this mark here, but the older version of her has another mark all the way coming down here. So like, that's one. Well, now I'm also just gonna say this: the old ass version of her, the old ass version of Jonas, you be like, damn, bro, like, but the old ass version of her, she don't look in too bad of a shape. Okay. Now, they do like there's a couple other things. So the other little subplot. So this mainly focuses on oh Charlotte, which is the police. In his world, it's the chief police officer lady. But in her world, she's still police, but she's not chief police. This mainly focuses on Charlotte and more so Elizabeth and Peter. So they have, bruh. I need to get a picture of them so I can. I need to get a picture of them so I can just say, okay, in his world, this is what's happening, and in her world, this is what's happening, right? I need that. I gotta get that. Shit. Um. So, actually, I think I do have whatchamacallit. Let me see something. I actually do have. I got this. What's this? No. No. Oh, well, they tell the story of how she gets this on her face too, right? All right. Damn. Damn, it's mad shit to talk about. Oh, I'm showing. Okay, hold on. All right. Bro, damn, bro. All right. So, how we gotta say this shit, bro? Okay. What the hell was I even talking about? Okay, it mainly focuses on Charlotte and her daughter Elizabeth and her husband Peter. So, you see like a young version of Charlotte. And now the dude that she called her grandfather, he's the one who really does the whole thing, like builds the time machine or whatever. But the young Charlotte, she come in and she like, she asked him. I'm just calling him her grandfather for right now, cause he's also the author of this book. But she asked him, he's like, yo, you had a bad day, and then she asked him about the time travel shit, and she was like, you really think it's possible to, time travel, like, or bring somebody back from the dead or anything like that? And he was like, yeah. And then I forget how, like, it really was how it gets to this, but then he was like, all right, well, and she was like, I think she asked, like, why do you believe, or like, how is this even, or something. I don't know. But I don't think he actually even got to really make his point. So he goes into the back. He's like, you're old enough now to like understand or whatever. He goes to the back. He shows her a picture. And he was like, yeah, I lost. He said that he lost his son and his daughter. Oh, she was like, so he gives her the picture and he was like, yeah, that's my son and my daughter. And that would be my grandchild. So she's like, oh, well, is this my parents? And he was like, that's not you and that's not your parents. And then he was like, yeah, one day his son, so in the picture it's supposed to be his son, his daughter, his son, and his girlfriend and their child. And he was like, yeah, one day they passed away in a car accident. I think like over a bridge in the water or something like that. And he said that the day it happened, these two ladies came to him with a bundle. And he was like, and when it comes down to, he was like, the son and the daughter, their body was found, but not the granddaughter, or yeah, not their child. He was like, the son and daughter body were found, but not their child. And he said these two ladies came and saw him. They were kind of peculiar. And he was like, but she was like, they told me that at that moment, everything would be taken away, but at the same time, be given everything. And he was like, they gave me a bundle, and that bundle was you. Right? So he says that. That's what he says to her. She storms off. This is Charlotte. And so she storms off. And so she's sitting at the bus stop. And the bus stop comes, and a guy gets off. And but she not getting on the bus. She just mad. So she's just sitting there. And then a guy, he looks at her and is like, well, which way do I go to Vindon? How do I get to Vindon? Like, if I walk from here. She's like, you don't want to go. It's a black hole. Like, you're going to get, you know what I'm saying? You don't need to go there, this and third. And then they got this little back and forth, little banter. He was like, he said something, and she was like, it's complicated. And then he said, she asked him a question, and he was like, it's complicated. You know what I'm saying? So they haven't, whatever. But that's the young version of Peter. That's supposed to be the young version of Peter. And it's, you know, like, of how all, whatchamacallit, nah, his ain't, bro, that's not the character you would want to play, bro. Like, bro, when it comes to, I wouldn't want to play Peter's character. Like, I don't, in either world. In one world, and in the other world, it still seemed like, I don't want, you don't want to, I wouldn't want to be that character. so, that's what's going on with them. Now, Elizabeth is Charlotte's daughter, right? Elizabeth is Charlotte's daughter. So now, but they're kind of telling you, so you got kind of, when Jonas went to the future, welcome to the future, right? And so like the introduction of the whole welcome to the future shit, you know, when the other Martha and Jonas travel, they're welcomed by the older Martha, and she's like, welcome to the future. But it's like this desolate desert, and this on the third, first time we ever been in the desert. But with them, it's still like this desolate scene, and everything is up in whatever, like it's already happened or whatever. But we still don't, it's showing you kind of sort of now, but Elizabeth ends up being like this leader, right? She ends up being like this leader, and but it's like rogue almost in a sense, you know, like tied up, welcome to the jungle. Like she's like rogue, like, you know, not rogue for real, but it also, like, some of this shit is also like kind of is also kind of it answers, you know how like something can have a plot and like there's a hole in the plot, like this don't make sense, like it's not making sense. So for instance, when Jonas traveled to the future and he like broke the rules, most of the people got, but the girl, they hang him, and then she's like, and then like they just put him in his little captivity zone, and the girl later is like, why did she don't let nobody off the hook? Why the fuck did she let you off the hook? But now you kind of understand, like, she knows him. You know what I'm saying? She knows that Jonas. She knows Jonas. But it's just her in the future type shit. So, now, so Where we're at now, though, in his world, you know, Peter and Elizabeth survived from being in a bunker, and now Peter and Elizabeth keep going to like the military site, because at the military site, which they're eventually about to just shut down, close down, and just like stop having people go there, the restricted zone, which will, yeah, eventually become like a restricted area zone. Like in this area, uh, what they do, I guess, is like post. It's not survivors. It's just like a picture. I guess like they found this body or whatever. So Elizabeth, they keep going. They go like, well, they only, not they keep going, but they do it once. And one of the guys, the military guys, like, why you keep putting her through this and that third? But they go to the wall, and on the wall is like, the dad is like, this is a good thing that they could possibly still be alive. Their that pictures are on the wall, right? So that's what he says earlier in the other episode. But in this episode, she was like, I'm not doing this no more. She was like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? She was like, she was like, they're not alive. She was like, if they were alive right now, why aren't they looking for us? You know what I'm saying? She was just, so she got kind of pissed. She got kind of pissed of like going through this whole thing. And so she was like, I'm not doing this no more. But you know how you got an itch or something? You ever scratch an itch too hard and it's like, fuck. That's kind of happened just right there on that one. Like when I scratch my head. But, so, like, this about to get intense, bro. This ain't about to get intense. I'm gonna figure out how we're gonna talk about this scene, bro. But this was a good scene, bro. So, she was like, mind you, it's raining. It's like, whenever some shit about it, it's raining. So, she's like, I'm not doing this no more. Like, we keep going over there. Why haven't, if they are alive, they would come find us. And otherwise, it's like it's like a sad reality. Either one, everybody that's on that board is not alive. So if they find their pictures and you see that their pictures on that wall, they not, you know what I'm saying? Boom, they're not alive. So otherwise they're gonna come find us. She's like, why they ain't looking for us? Why they ain't come find us yet? So, because mind you, it's not a big town. It's not a big town. So that's another thing. So this is where the shit get intense. So she's like, I'm not doing this. I'm not going. And then she go back home, right? Bro, this was on those weirdos type shit. So she go home. This was an intense episode, bro. Because it's like, it's this one, just some other shit happened too. So, but this was like a scene. This is cinema. Bro, I gotta put you my holler, bro. Do I have that on this fucking phone? Shit, bro. I ain't gonna stop right now. All right, bro. I'm gonna, for the next one, bro. The next time I get to a point, I'm just like, why you waiting till next? Should I do it right now? I'm trying to figure if I should do it right now. I'm about to do it. All right, let me do it right now. Okay. Let's do this. I just wanted to do that. Okay. Let's go. Oh, this man. Oh, come on, bro. I can't wait, bro. I cannot wait, bro. To actually be. This is cinema. All right. I hope you're ready. Get your popcorn ready. This is cinema. Cigar Talk. Podcast with Cigar. Sono to capo. Yo sono Chief Gihareh. Let's go. All right, bro. So, you gotta set the scene up right, bro. They did this shit, bro. They did this shit. This is cinema. Questo è cinema. All right. So, it's raining. She got her poncho on. She's like, I'm not doing this shit no more. I'm tired of going to this fucking wall looking at these people that's dead. They ain't got shit to do with us. Where she can't find her mom and her sister, right? She go back home. Now, this is cinema. She go back home, right? So she locked the door. Favorite cigar right now is a Flying Pig. Drew Estate. Liga Privada number 9. Or the T52. She go back home, right? Mind you. So she closed it, like they're in this trailer. So she closed the door, secure this shit, lock this bitch. Flying pig. She locked this bitch, right? As soon as she locked the door, she look over, and this dude got a can in his hand. Like, he come around the corner, he got a can in his hand. This guy, he had a can, like a food in his hand. So, mind you, it's not like one lock, it's like it's like, it's one jank, you got like a bar, you got a whatchamacallit, and it's another whatchamacallit, like, so it ain't just like a simple turn and lock type shit. So she go to like, try to run out the shit, but he like, wait, stop, wait. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, at this point, you gotta move slow. You can't really whatchamacallit, right? And now, she cannot speak. She cannot speak, right? So those are like, it's different elements of like the scene or whatever. So she cannot speak. She speaks in sign language and shit. So he like, stop, wait. And so he's like, don't be scared. And like, he moving slow towards her or whatever, right? And he's moving slowly towards her. But then like, she goes to turn back around, unlock the door and run out. He bangs her head against the wall. She knocks her out, right? So she unconscious, right? So sometimes when shit like that happens, like they might switch to another scene or like go to another timeline or something, like it was like whatchamacallit, right? So he bangs her head against the wall. It does go black, right? The shit do go black. Then she like, but then when they wake up, they come back, you see her face bloody and this and the third. Then but she's tied up. But they're still in the trailer, right? And this nigga cooking. So like, these is those, it's, where do you start to like, you know, like they got names for certain people, but like, these is those like, oh my, like, you know what I'm saying? It would've been one thing if he was just in there and, you know, he hungry, wants some food, whatever, right? And, you know what I'm saying? Because he clearly could have got away. So like, it's those type of things. So she's tied up. And you know, that's crazy. Like, not, she can't talk and she tied up. But he don't know that she can't talk just yet. Or he doesn't know. I don't think he ever really pieced that together or whatever. So he cooking. And then like, whatever he cooked or whatever, he put it in like a little bowl and he starting to eat and shit. And he's like, man, you don't know how long it's been since I had some warm food. You know what I'm saying? So he's just one of the survivors of the whole shit. He's like, you don't know how long it's been since I had some warm food. And then, like, he eating. And, you know, like, that would be one thing, right? Like, for however you sitting here thinking about this shit about to go right now, even, like, keeping her captive or whatever, that would be a thing. Like, you know how, like, if they trying to keep this person alive or whatever. So, and I'm saying that in the sense of, like, he's eating it, so if he was going to try to feed her some, like, the fact that he's eating it, that lets you know, like, at least it is edible. He ain't put nothing in the shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but he eating, and then, like, he tried to give her something, she don't want nothing, right? But that's understandable. It's fair. So then, what does she do from here? Oh, no. He puts the bowl and he puts his bowl and spoon down, right? So he tried to feed her. He puts the bowl and the spoon down. And so mind you, this whole time, right? Now, because like there's a couple things here, like it's where is her dad, which is supposed to be he's right here. So kind of already like alluding to like what's about to happen, but where is her dad, right? Because mind you, she was like, I'm not going with you in this and third, boom, boom, like, and so like as a dad or a father or a parent or whatever, it'd be like, even if whatchamacallit, you're still coming with me, like, you see what I'm saying, like, but it's the fact that he lets her go back, and so now the whole time I'm like, yo, dude done knocked her out, he done cooked some food. And you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm just like, where the fuck is her dad, bro? Where's her dad at, bro? Because, like, now he tried to give her some food. She don't want none. Damn. What happens from here? Okay, damn. What the fuck happens? Shit. Hold on. Hold, please. I have a good opportunity to do something historic for myself. I was thinking about this, but I was like, well, how am I going to do it? But I have a chance. Hold on. I cannot. There's a cricket. Damn it. I lost it already. Hold on. I lost it already, bro. What the hell? Shit. Hold on. Damn. This why they say, if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. Shit. I don't know where the cricket went. I lost it. See, but okay, just an aside. So I already caught a cricket. Now, another thing, like when it comes down to like these crickets right now, uh, I have like, it can't be like a small cricket. I have to get like, decently, I have to get large, like crickets. And so I caught a cricket already. That was cool. And I already thought about this too. I was like, because I thought about like, well, how the hell would I catch a second cricket, right? Just in case, even if I wanted to. Like, I've had the opportunity and the chance to like catch a second cricket before, but it's the fact that I catch the cricket with the Pringle can. So, but I gotta turn it upside down. So I thought about how the hell would I catch a second cricket? But I was like, I can just take some paper, put some paper over top of the whatchamacallit inside the can, and then when I go to catch the second cricket, one cricket will be under the paper, and then I catch another cricket, and then boom. Damn, that shit got up and gone. Damn. Shit. Okay, well, let's get back to story time now. Damn, I should have kept my eye on that cricket, bro. Damn. Okay. But, anyway, all right. Okay, a couple things. All right, where was I at? Okay, so, the guy... Next time I gotta keep my eye on the cricket, man. I'm mad about that. Okay, so, this guy, so he done tied her up, you know what I'm saying? He knocked her out, tied her up, he eating the food, try to give her something, she don't want none, right? So he asked her, he was like, you live here by yourself? Like, you live here by yourself? You know what I'm saying? Then it's, yeah, it happens. I think you can understand where we're going with this, right? So he looks at her. Well, he puts the food down, right? He puts the food down. He looking at her. And she has a skirt on. She got like a skirt or whatever. He goes to, you know what I'm saying, mess with the skirt or whatever. And she like moves. And then, you know, he goes to overpower her. And this is where I'm still thinking about that cricket. Okay. But then he goes to he overpowers her. He has her on the bed. And I'm like, oh no. Like, now this is a show that, they don't shy away from certain things in this and third. Not too much. They don't really but it's like they would kind of right? And so I'm like, oh no, bro. I'm like, but the whole time I'm like, yo, where's her dad at? So her dad comes in. Now, hold on. Okay. All right. So he gets on top of her, and it's like, oh snap! Mind you, she young. So then her dad comes in. They get into a fight. Now this is like, so they talk about shit like this. Like those real hand-to-hand combat, those close encounter scenes. I think the movie Saving Private Ryan, I think they like, people commend that for doing like, you know what I'm saying, showing some shit like this. Cause like these, like shits like this is like, bro, you know what I'm saying? So, dude and her dad. So I think what happened before this? So there's like one slight little tussle. Like this is going, my eye itching again, bro. So, okay. So there's a slight little tussle with him and the dad. And then, so, bro, it was like, man, yeah, this shit was just intense, bro. So, trying to figure, he grabs a can, hits him over the head, and it's just like, whew, but it's about to go on one of those, like, so you know how they do? They, he take the can, boom, boom. It's like, oh, shit, right? So, but Charlotte comes and then hits him. She hits him or whatever. And then he like, of course she young, so he like toss her or whatever. But that gives him enough time to get back up. But then, so mind you, once he tossed her, she kind of, get back into a little daze, whatever. So then they start going back at it again. Oh, because I think she had this in her hand, I think. And I think he like took it from, I don't know. But then, however he gets it, for right now, I could be, you can watch it for yourself. But if you watch it, but I think she goes to like, I don't know how he gets it. Because he like pushes her off or whatever and knocks her back out again for a little bit. He gets this and then like they go back to tussling again. But this time it's like, he's trying to stop him from, bro. So that happens, bro. Bro, that happens. Now, he loses this battle. This, yeah, loses that battle. So now it's like, oh, right? Um, oh, okay, yeah. Do I have that scene? No. Okay, I don't. Okay. But while this is going on, when he turns back around, Elizabeth comes with a fire extinguisher. She gets off with his head. Done. Right? So that whole scene, bro, intense, bro. That whole scene was intense. First him, boom. Then Elizabeth comes back with the fire extinguisher, finishes him off. Because mind you, there were three of those. Like, he took the can to his head and was whacking him, and then she came and watched him, but then he gets that, and then yeah. So that's that, right? That's this scene. Now, I think we already talked about, well, we still got to see what's up in the air. What the hell happens with Hannah later? What the hell's going to happen with Hannah later? So, Ulrich, Ulrich had time travel to 53, got locked up, and then Ulrich ends up, so in 86, Ulrich he's in the asylum. But the thing is, Katerina's mom works at the asylum, right? And she has a key card. Now, it seems as if she has a plan. And this is when I kind of feel bad for like Katerina's character. Like, yeah, at this point, I just feel bad for Katerina's character. Like, Katerina don't really do nothing. Like, you know how somebody like does something, you like, you're like, you're okay, but Katerina, I don't know. I just didn't feel you just like, I don't feel like she deserved all of this shit, bro. Cause then like, first it was her son went missing, and then she was just once her son was missing, and now she's trying to get her husband back. And so yeah, that's all, she's just trying to get her husband back. You know what I'm saying? Get her family back, bro. She don't even know. Cause she time traveled when the whole bro, I feel bad for her character, bro. I feel bad for her character. I feel bad for her character because, like, she time travels, so she misses the whole apocalypse thing. But, so even if she was to go back to her current time, like, it's an apocalypse. Like, nobody would go out anyway, right? That shit is sad. So, and mind you, the Ulrich that she's looking at is 30 years older than her at this point. It's been 30, he's been locked up for like 33 years or whatever. So, but she still wants to save him. They have a plan. The plan is her mom takes the same route, you know what I'm saying? Boom. So she was planning to ambush her mom. This shit crazy. Is like, it's crazy on some shit. Like, her mom was a strong woman, I tell you what, her mom. Because their fight scenes ain't really like crazy and nothing like that, but it's just like, yeah, man. Anyway, what does the mom do? Oh, she thinks, mind you, her mom is like older. So she thinks that she's just gonna be able to overpower her mom and get the card off of her or whatever. So what ends up? Oh, this it's just Katerina just has her set just kind of like sad, and then like the twists and turns with this. So Katerina ends up she gets into a skirmish with her mother, but she don't. But so the thing is, it's her as an adult. It's Katerina as an adult. So her mom doesn't really like know her or really recognize her. The only reason her mom recognizes her is from her visiting Ulrich at the asylum. And so That's how her mom even recognized her. But her mom like, yo, you're crazy. This and that. She's like, I knew you was this and that. I knew you was crazy. Da da da. So, because her mom picks up on the fact that she's following her, because she's about to start running and shit. So what ends up happening? They get into like a little. Oh, Katerina tries to take her bag to get the card or whatever, and I think her mom like bites her arm or something, and then like starts running, and then Katerina like catches up to, because Katerina falls, and then because Katerina had a knife initially, and so she falls, drops the knife, loses it, and she keeps chasing her mom, because she had this whole little thing like, Mom, like go with me, and like she's like, what? And then like, but to her mom, like that kind of confirms the crazy, like ladies, whatever. So Katerina like grabs a rock, you know what I'm saying, and hits her mom over the head, and but you know, Katerina just wants the key card shit, so she's not trying to like, you know what I'm saying, her mom, she ain't trying to unalive her mom, but she's just trying to get this key card so she can free her husband, so that they can, you know what I'm saying, all that shit, right? She really loves her husband and her family, bro. So then, what ends up happening from here? Oh, so, but she hit her mom in the head with a rock. That temporarily knocks her out. So she grabs her mom's bag and she's looking through she's looking for the key card or whatever. And then she finally like finds the card. By the time she finds the card, her mom whoosh, hits her and knocks her out. But of course, oh, I have that. That's what this is for. Her mom takes it there. You know what I'm saying? So her mom ends up, you know what I'm saying? You see her. And so then her mom like gets a whole bunch of rocks, puts it in her book bag, and puts her in the fucking lake, creek, whatever. Damn, right? So then there's that. But then when her mom gets home, like you see her mom like having a bad day or whatever, and she goes to like kind of check over her mom, but then her mom sees that she has like a hickey on her neck, and she was like, "Is that from Ulrich?" And you dirty little slut. And so her mom, whoosh, 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 you know what I'm saying? Her mom get the everybody loves kung fu fighting. So her mom get the. I'm not having good sound effects. I'm not sure how you want to correctly portray this, but her mom get the laying hands, bro. Her mom get the whatchamacallit, bro. So yeah, this shit was tough. So now you officially understand how she really does get the black eye, because at first, even though you know her and well, I actually do have that. You know, even though the no, even though this was consensual, no, she really did just want her husband and shit back, bro. Even though shit was consensual, bro. She ends up. It's still, you still never cleared out how she got it, but this is that right there of how she got that black eye. So that was tough, bro. Those are like two just really intense scenes. But then yeah, it ended like this though. The other Marthas and Eva coming in to say like, yeah. They're like, yeah. Well, I'm not sure. I don't know now. He's a non-factor now. Kind of, sort of, maybe. Because they get to this whole thing of, I'm not sure if they can save both worlds and the people in them, or if it's either this world or it's this world, or is there a way to save both worlds? I don't know, because the other Adam is still living and he pulling strings, and people keep going into that little God particle shit. And Agnes don't went into the God particle, and in this, Elizabeth, in the like the future Elizabeth, like the leader, you know what I'm saying, Elizabeth, that Elizabeth, and Charlotte, her mother, go into it as well, and because Adam looks at Francesca, is like, all right, you gotta let him go, and they go, they put on the yellow suits and they go. So I'm not sure where they're going to, what the hell's happening. So uh, I'm not sure if both worlds are saved or just one, or what the hell. Eva and Adam are just trying to do two different shit. But this shit is just crazy, man. This shit is just crazy, man. So I'm gonna look at these motherfucking whatchamacallit, because I actually think that they. I'm not sure if they really do or should marry each other, or if it's on some how shit is connected. Because like in the middle of this is like the infinity shit. So I don't know. But yeah, this is episode 5, man. This is episode 5.